Hope you're having a great day. Today we are going to have a tour of Northeast Minot. It's probably the quadrant of Minot that is the most spread out, and we are starting far up here in the Stonebridge Farms development, the far northeast corner. This is a development that was developed in 2011, 12-ish. There is a playground here, basketball courts, and then throughout the development there is walking paths. So a lot of people back there between the two fences, you'll be able to see the walking paths, but a lot of people really like that because you know, walking paths throughout the developments are not. That is Cammie's husband. But so back to the video. So here we are, you know, new construction. The development is about sold out. I do think that out in to the east here, we will see some development in the future. There's a bunch more lots that could be developed, but right now most of Stonebridge is sold out. So very family friendly neighborhood what we have here, and very desirable. So that was all mostly the single family. There's also kind of a townhouse part of Stonebridge Farms. So we'll head here on 8th Street Northeast. You'll see some more townhouses down here. You'll be able to find, most of these are owner occupied, but you will be finding a number of rentals if you're looking for a nicer rental. There are some people that rent out different townhomes in Stonebridge Farm. Over here, they can go anywhere from, you know, $1,800 to $2,100 a month. But here is some of the townhomes. They're a mix of 3-bed and 2-bed, or 3-bed and 4-bed units, 2-bed, 2-bath units. So you also find a number of apartments that were built in Stonebridge Farms. These apartments were all newer in the last 10 years. This development really blew up during the flood and the oil boom. It is definitely the newest part of Northeast Minot. Stonebridge Farms probably about a 10 to 15 minute from the Minot Air Force Base. This is kind of the northmost housing development as you leave Minot and head towards the Air Force Base. So a lot of people that want to live in Minot but work on the base prefer this development. They really like it up here. So we're gonna take a left or head west on 36th Avenue. And along 36th Avenue, you will find some industrial commercial stuff and a mix of newer and older apartments. You got IMM, Creative Property Management. They do a lot of the managing of the apartments up here. So if you're moving to town, looking for management companies, there'd be 2 of them that you could check out would be IMM and Creative Property. We're seeing a lot of their signs on the sides of these buildings. You also have several storage unit facilities up in this area, the indoor tennis park, different stuff like that. So a lot of people like to work out. Ask Fitness, it's a 24-hour gym up here on the corner of 36th Avenue and Broadway. If we headed straight here, that would take us into Northwest Minot and right into the Ramstead Middle School. We also did a driving video on Broadway, so if you are interested on what you could see on Broadway, you could check out our video of that. But it started right up at these lights and took a drive right down Broadway. So we'll be fast forwarding the video here as we have kind of a big area with not a lot going on up here in Northeast Minot, and that is due to the airport. So here we are coming kind of back into, you know, more of the developed area of Minot. Off to our left here, or the east, is the Minot International Airport. So all that extra land in there and those businesses you saw were all due to the Minot International Airport and kind of the private hangars they have along the airport. Minot's airport flies Delta, Allegiant, and United fly out of the airport. Our Allegiant flights go to Mesa Gateway Airport and Las Vegas. Delta a lot of times flies directly to Minneapolis, and then from there you can go anywhere. So you will see the new airport. This was all built in 2012, 13, 14-ish in there. So during the oil boom, we also got a new airport. So one cool aspect for Minot that a lot of people don't know about is the Magic City Discovery Center. We'll kind of go by that nonprofit group being put together. It is not open yet. It's supposed to open in the next 6 months, so sometime early 2023, but that's going to be a children's museum, bunch of different exhibits up there. So that will be opening up here soon. So on the left again, we're still here, Minot International Airport. As you can see, that takes up a lot of northeast Minot. And on the right here, they were able to develop some softball fields, a lot of softball, t-ball, baseballs played out here in the summertime. That would be the North Hill Complex, which they call it. As we go and drop into the valley, you'll be able to see a pretty awesome view of Minot out here and kind of how it sets up North and South Hill, and then you have the valley and the downtown down there. So hopefully you can kind of see that in the video. So Northeast Minot has 2 elementary schools. They would be off to the east. We are heading down 3rd Street Northeast right now. So this is probably one of the main arteries, north and south, would be 3rd Street Northeast. A lot of people use this to go from Northeast Minot to Southeast Minot, access downtown and different stuff like that. So we won't drive through all the residential areas, but over off to the left or the east, we have a lot of residential. Well, actually, most of all of Northeast Minot down here is pretty much all residential developments, neighborhoods. More residential going both ways here. Kind of a staple. So this area started to go through the flood. We're not quite into the flood zone, but it did go through the flood in 2011. One of the good things that came out of it was a new and improved Hammond Park. Hammond Park is where they do a lot of the outdoor tennis leagues, different stuff like that. So I will kind of do a buzz in around Hammond Park here, just to kind of give you an idea of what we got going on here. Playground, tennis courts, weather permitting. Minot High will play their spring and summer leagues here. Basketball courts, more playgrounds over here with Hammond Park. And it just gives you an idea of the neighborhood here in Northeast Minot. A lot of these homes did go through the flood, so they're all fully renovated. See one of the elementary schools right down there. You can kind of see it. All the way down there is Broadway. Live down in this area neighborhood. A lot of mature trees, a lot of leaves to clean up in the fall. It's really pretty down here. And this big wall in front of us is one of the flood walls that they've been putting. This is the 4th Avenue Northeast. If you took a right down here, you'd hit Broadway and you would head down to Sammy's Pizza. We'll take a left here and head east. So we're still in Northeast Minot. But this kind of will come up close to concluding our tour. Northeast Minot does have a neighborhood grocery store that will be right up here. And that kind of concludes the tour of Northeast Minot. If you take a look to the right there, that would head downtown. Take a left, you'd go back up 3rd Street Northeast. So a lot of residential in Northeast Minot, but kind of gives you a general idea of it. Thanks and have a great day.